boys and girls, welcome back to Dad's Lab.
Hi.
I'm here in Dad's Lab, and this time we're not doing rocks like we've done before. Today, a different science that we're talking about is chemistry. And Dad has something that he has been making here, something useful for cars, I think. Dad, what are you making today?
Well, let me tell you the reason for it making, and that is that every car that you and your parents own runs on gasoline or diesel fuel, one or the other. All trucks, tractor trailers, the big ones, they run on diesel. Many cars, many smaller trucks run on diesel fuel. And where does that diesel fuel come from? It comes from petroleum. And so it's the price of that is going up, up, up. And what we are trying to do is to use natural products that are renewable, that you can grow like plants, as a source of fuel for all the trucks and the diesel engines. And so we're talking about developing something here which can be poured directly into a truck or a diesel engine and used, and you can drive across the country. And so I'm using used fat from the back of restaurants, which is triglyceride, which can be transformed into biodiesel. It's called biodiesel because it's based on biology, not on oil, okay? And so here's, for example, canola oil, which is a vegetable oil. That is good for cooking, but once it's done for cooking, what do you do with it? Do you use it over again? In restaurants, they do. They use it for the whole day. They do French fries over and over and over, and by the end of the day, it's kind of dirty, so they throw it out. Now it goes in a big barrel and it gets dumped or burned someplace. But that isn't necessary. It could be used to make a biodiesel. So I could run my truck off of the used fat found behind a McDonald's restaurant if I knew how to transform it by chemistry into a biodiesel product. And that's what we're doing here. You take this fat, which is that's an example of it right there, and if you add a small amount of methanol to it, which is found in this product right here, you can buy it in the store, actually, and combine them together, and then add a little bit, maybe an eyedropper full of sodium hydroxide in water, like that, and the three mixed together will form biodiesel and another product called glycerin. Now, glycerin is the smaller amount. That's what's found on the bottom because it's heavier. It's going to go to the bottom. The top will be the biodiesel because it's lighter in density. And so you separate this off and you can literally burn that in your truck, okay? And so that's where we get biodiesel from. What do you do with the glycerin? Well, there's a lot of uses for it, but it's kind of a cheap product. You don't mind throwing it away or burning it, but it's also used for suppositories. And that's one use. Medical purposes, let's put it that way. But the biodiesel is most of it, and that is very valuable to use in your truck, okay?
I see you have two different colors of biodiesel here. You have biodiesel here that says brown, and then with the one with the glycerin on the bottom is like a greenish blue color.
Yeah. Well, for this one here, I wanted to accentuate, as a new word for you, to bring out the difference in color between one layer and the other layer. So I added some phenolphthalein to it, and it makes the glycerin very, very dark blue, and kind of a bluish tint to the biodiesel as well. But that just makes it so you can see, oh, there's a difference right there. But that's all it's doing. The difference between this and this are nothing. You can use that biodiesel or this biodiesel, and you're okay.
Okay.
Right.
Now the biodiesel is the stuff on the top that's floating up the top.
That's right.
And the stuff you throw away or do for medical purposes or something is just the stuff on the bottom.
It's floating on the top because it's less dense than the glycerin. The glycerin goes to the bottom, the biodiesel comes to the top.
So if it's less dense, does that mean it's heavier or lighter?
That means it's lighter.
Lighter, so it floats up.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Well, very good. Thank you so much, Dad, for showing us how to make biodiesel fuel just using things that are recycled.
And I want to encourage you to think about things that you can do to make our country more safe, make the environment more safe, and that's an example of green energy right there, okay? Think about other ways you can do that kind of thing, all right? As you learn more and more from your teacher and get more knowledge.
About chemistry.
For example.
Thank you, Dad.
Sure.